Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel. You've got Bert and Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats, and it's about time. It's been 10 months that I have stayed in this strategy that I'm here to talk about, how I've been consistently investing into Vanguard's high dividend yield VYM fund for 10 straight months. So I want to tell you how it's going, how big the portfolio is from just this investment, and how much income it provides me.
But before we dive into the details, everybody, you know the drill. Give that subscribe button a nice leg drop. And then you see that like button, just do a nice frog splash off the top rope. Make sure you like this video. We are cruising to 10,000 subscribers. We are going to do a massive WWE impersonation video once we hit 10,000. We're ready. We're hyped up. Get us there, people. Just help us get there.
That's right, Bert. We appreciate it, everybody. And hopefully, we've been able to help you on your financial freedom journey or just investing in general, especially when it comes to dividend investing, which is what the Dividend Diplomats are all about, trying to get the financial freedom through buying dividend stocks.
Exactly. And that's why we are excited to talk to you about this video and catch up on Lanny's strategy, because we always talk about on our blog and on our YouTube channel, it's all about consistency. Consistently saving your money, consistently investing your money, consistently buying income producing assets to help grow over time and get the power of compounding going and get that dividend snowball rolling downhill so you can keep reinvesting, keep seeing it grow with each dividend increase and each reinvested dividend. So Lanny's strategy that he has with Vanguard is the model of consistency. And it's something that I looked up to when I started and implemented my Johnson & Johnson weekly investment strategy. Lanny was the person I was looking towards for that inspiration. So it's time to catch up 10 months later with Lanny to hear what he was thinking when he started the strategy and how excited he is now 10 months later. So Lanny, do you want to start with just giving an overall description of the strategy and maybe why you wanted it in the first place?
Of course, to speak about the dividend snowball, I had to buy a lot of water, had to make a lot of ice, kind of create that snow effect and just start rolling it for 10 months straight. It's easy to do sometimes in Cleveland, but no. So it was during the pandemic, everybody, and you can watch the video, the first one that we came out with, and we'll put the link to the blog article in the description. But you hit a lot of uncertainty. For a few months, it was kind of like what's happening. Really it started in the beginning part of March, and you kind of didn't know what direction the stock market was going, let alone what earnings were going to look like from stocks or companies. So instead of just pinpointing one and kind of, not to say shoot at the hip or what dividend growth stocks you think are still going to be great, going forward, I wanted to put money to work. And we always live by, it's more about time in the market versus timing the market. So that's kind of not, what I wanted to do is to time the market. So starting July 6th on my portfolio and July 13th on my wife's portfolio, we started buying each 3 shares of Vanguard's high dividend yield ETF, which is ticker symbol VYM. You may ask why Vanguard? Well, there's other great asset management firms out there and great other ETFs out there. I know many people have played them in the comments. I'm just so familiar with Vanguard. John Bogle is an icon. Very low expense ratios when it comes to, this ETF. And, I wanted something that had a little bit of consistency. The expense ratio here is only 0.06%. And in the ETF itself, there's over 400, plus dividend stocks. And a lot of them are our top 5 foundation, including Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, as well as many others. Dividend aristocrats are in here. So wanted to buy something consistently week after week to stay invested in the market. And we've been doing it. Sometimes we'll add more during the week if there was like a huge drop in the VYM price or just felt like there was some more value there.
Yeah.
The very first price was actually in the upper 70s, and it's now trading at $107 per share for VYM 10 months later.
Yeah, so you're not just investing into high yield dividend stocks and missing out on the appreciation, clearly, because VYM's price is moving along with the stock market. I know that's some of the concerns of some people, you're giving up growth. That's clearly not the case here, as that stock price is insane. And what I love about the point you just highlighted, especially with some of the holdings here, is there's some high quality dividend stocks in there. Like, they are some of the best out there. So you're not just sacrificing quality quality here. You're making sure you're still investing in companies that would fit your normal individual stock investing strategy, but you're also just buying the ETF too to keep that consistent investing strategy from. So fantastic, and thank you for the summary on that, Lanny. So I guess with that being said, now that it's been 10 months and obviously 3 shares per week, the dollar amounts have to be adding up. I would assume so, correct? Like that this isn't a small position anymore.
So when you think about this, this is every week, not every month, 3 shares, 6 shares total, right? So before, when we would buy 6 shares, it was like, oh, it's under $500. Now when we buy 6 shares, it's over $640. So, a lot is going in. This is each week. Again, each week. So we're talking in the beginning, $1,600 per month was going into that. And
so, as I say, yeah, we're all crunching the numbers in our head, Lanny. So with that in mind, how much have you invested in there for VYM in this time frame?
Roughly say it's been like 2,000 a month, right? In the beginning, maybe a little bit below 2,000. And then now it's well over 2,000 a month because of the price. So how much have we invested in total into Vanguard's VYM since July 6th and July 13th through, that first week of May, ending May 7th, the date that we're actually recording this is May 8th. So we've invested, hold your seat, get real close to the camera, look at these numbers, these digits. $24,129.61 has been invested into Vanguard's VYM combined.
At absolute insanity, Lanny. And obviously there too, what has happened with that $24,000? Over 10 months, you've had quarterly dividends reinvested, and you've talked about the appreciation of seeing the stock price jump from the 70s to now over 100. Do you want to share with us where your current market value is standing on this combined position?
Sure. Obviously, first I'd like to know, have a high savings rate, because that's what allows us to invest that much week after week. A lot of ramen noodles, a lot of a lot of crumbs in the bottom. No, I'm kidding. But having a high savings rate helps, you do this. So, again, since we were averaging our cost basis, sadly, it's not just a pure 35-40% growth, because we didn't buy all in at $79 per share back in July. But now the value is like, again, we invested over $24,000. The value is just under $30,000 now at $29,597.40.
That's an absolute insanity. And I like there's a point you highlighted that I want to call out there, your average of the position as it's increased, because this comes back to the point of what you were saying earlier. We don't try to time the market, because quite frankly, if you tried to time the market with this position, you may not even have any position in VYM, because so many people out there say, I want to wait till the price comes down. I want to wait until, VYM's now at 80. I'm not going to invest again until it's at 75. Well, guess what? How many times has VYM hit 75 since you passed it the first time?
If it hits 75, let's just say that I'm tripling, quadrupling down on what I'm doing. But no, it never has sniffed it. In fact, at one point, I even contemplated pulling back on my strategy before their big Q1 dividend increase, which was huge, well over, I think it was like 18% year over year for the first quarter. I was like, this share price is getting to 100. The yield is getting very low. And I'm like, I need to know what the growth rate was, because in the beginning, it was like 3.25% yield with the 7% plus growth rate. I like that combo.
Yeah, not anymore.
Right. So the yield was going down with the price, appreciation, but then, the increase came, which made it more palatable. But now we're at $107 and it's like, whew.
Yeah. So let's talk numbers here, Lanny, because obviously you mentioned that big dividend increase that you had in the first quarter, and we were pretty amped up in there. And Lanny wrote a lot about this growth on our blog, so we'll make sure to put that in the comment section as well. We've highlighted this trend. We've highlighted that dividends are back. We've been saying this for 6 months now. All that uncertainty that was going on when Lanny was starting this strategy has seemed to go away as money continues to flow into the economy. Companies' earnings are stronger than expected. Growth is strong at the moment. So we're seeing that flow through to people's dividend. So with that big Q1 dividend increase, Lanny, where this VYM position is now, I want to ask you this question. You have $30,000 almost in VYM. Tell us, as dividend investors and dividend fanatics out there, how much dividend income annually are you receiving from this VYM position? Help people visualize this number.
Right. So again, I use a trailing 12, and there's $3 per share. Essentially, is the dividend on this VYM share. Based on the number of shares we own, we get a total dividend annually right now, which is going to continue to grow, but at $828.74 annually, or $69 a month in a VYM dividend is what you can say.
Yeah, so think about that right there. $69 without having to lift a finger can be added to your monthly dividend income, figuratively, because it does pay out quarterly from this position. And to Lanny's point, it's going to continue increasing as this position grows. So for everyone who doesn't think that these dollars aren't real, $69 has a real impact on your budget and can help you out tremendously. So that's the fruit of the labor of this consistent dividend income strategy. Fantastic stuff, Lanny.
Yeah, again, it's no emotion, keeping it automatic. And I think come Q2, dividend has to be bigger than last quarter, June of 2020.
I would hope so. It has to.
Dividend increases are coming out of every piece of woodwork right now. And Q2 2020 was pandemic, dividend cuts all over the place, dividend stalls all over the place. So, I'm expecting another, increase year over year of the dividend. So that $3 per share in a dividend is going to be bigger.
Yeah, so we can't emphasize this enough. Congratulations on the success of this, Lanny. You have shown that consistently investing in high quality dividend growth stocks, whether it's individual companies like what I'm doing with Johnson & Johnson, or what you've done for 10 months with your wife in a high quality ETF, pays results. You've invested over $24,000, just over. You now have nearly $30,000 in market value. And then on top of that, this position is now producing over $800 in dividend income annually, or nearly $70 per month, just like that, just like clockwork. What you showed, shooting free throws. That's fantastic stuff.
It's consistency. I'm not going to say practice makes perfect, but keep the emotion out of it. Keep shooting free throws, because guess what? It's going to add points to that scoreboard.
Yeah.
And this strategy just essentially shows that. And guess what? It ain't over yet, brother.
The best is yet to come. So everybody, please let us know in the comment section too what you think of this. If you have any questions about the Vanguard fund, even more questions about why Lanny chose this strategy, leave them in here. I'm sure he'll be monitoring, and he loves talking about this and teaching you more about why this strategy may be helpful for you, or if there's another route to potentially take.
Yeah, for sure. And again, guys, it's all about not timing the market, taking the emotion out, and staying invested in the market. You always hate to leave cash on the sideline because it's not the best asset. It could be a good asset, but there's income producing assets out there such as VYM. Just taking, again, the thought process out of the equation. Can't wait to hear all the comments. Again, we're at 30,000 value, and I can't wait to see this thing cross 50,000. Hopefully very soon. Bert, thanks again for the interview process. Leave your other questions below. Can't wait to answer them. That was Bert, and this is Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.